So one of the biggest struggles I've seen that's happening in today's world is healthcare, a wealth plan. And that's exactly what we teach here, is getting a wealth plan that is not reliant on a job, a government, and your family. So if that's you, listen up. You should not have to worry about that. And let me tell you a quick story. When I first got into real estate investing, I didn't know anything. I don't come from real estate. I don't come from wealth. We were always living just above broke, so I had no idea what wealth meant, what real estate meant, what any of that. I was just lucky to have a job and just living the life, right? Which is par for the course for most Americans. So I wanted to touch on, sorry, I put on Do Not Disturb and it still did that. Anyways, I wanted to touch on the wealth plan that I've created and my students want to create is through real estate investing, okay? And I say that because there is an opportunity for you to take control of that. It's not for everybody. It's not for the faint of heart. There's ups and downs. There's ebbs and flows of real estate investing. However, when you can overcome those and master it, which, you know, I'm not void of issues happening in real estate. I just do what I can to mitigate them and jump to the next step. So I take responsibility of everything that I'm doing, right? And do the best that I can, but that doesn't always help when you're trying to build wealth in real estate, right? I say this because when my landlord came to me, and my landlord's daughter, she needed to sell off some of her inventory. And I'm saying this because she was living off the cash flow of her inventory, her real estate portfolio. And some of you might be saying, shit, Joanna, I don't even have one house. I don't even know how to get started in real estate investing. And I get it. And that's what we train on, is how to get started in real estate investing. But the reason you would want to do this is because it can create a wealth plan for you, a health care plan for you. Because when my landlord sold those properties, it was because she had a stroke. And she was able to take that equity from the real estate to pay for her long-term care. And so that's what I want for you all, is to create your own economic independence so that you can not have to worry about the government and their health care plan. You get to create your own health care plan, okay? And your job is going to have the smallest package, the least best package, not even proper English in that, but they're just going to take whatever is great for the group, and that's it. They're not concerned about you personally, is what I'm saying. And that's where I'm saying you need to take full responsibility for your own finances, for your own economic independence, for your own health, for your own wealth, for your own legacy. And real estate is a vehicle that can give you that. And so that's why I've been in real estate for over 25 years. Again, I've had my ups and downs in real estate. It is not for the faint of heart, but it is super, super rewarding, or I wouldn't have been in it for 25 years. I'm just saying. I have 134 units now, and 13 plus million in assets under management. I got to get the exact number. We just closed on the 40 units, so I want to make sure I have an exact number. But it's the real estate that creates the tax-free event, that creates the cash flow, that then gives me the security I need for my health, my wealth, my legacy, my current life. So I'm not worried about tariffs. I'm not worried about what's going on in the world, even though I still pay attention, because if you don't have your ear to the market, what's going on in the world, not just your local market, but as a nation, I don't care which side you're on, doesn't matter. What matters is what's happening, so you know how to mitigate it, right? And then let me know in the comments what you're facing right now. What are you frustrated with? What is it that you need to understand so that either you can get started in real estate, get your next deal, get the cash flow from real estate. We have a whole wealth program inside of the Retire Mastermind where we're helping you to pay down your debt in half the time, create cash flow, and then really understand what wealth means. So actually that might be a great question for you guys. What does wealth mean for y'all? Because it's different for each person. Some people go, oh, it's just happiness. And that's fine, but it doesn't pay the bills, right? It doesn't pay the bills. So what does wealth mean to you? That's what I want to hear from you. And then what cash flow, what asset? You got to have an asset, right? We cannot be in this world just creating cash because it will go away. What if you had a stroke and you couldn't be at work? Like me in front of this camera. If I had a stroke and you couldn't understand me, I couldn't work, right? So my real estate is a vehicle that gets me to the life that I want to have. You don't have to love real estate, just know it's a great vehicle for you to get to where you want to go. Most of you want to give back. Most of you want to give back to your community and help your friends and your family. If you want to be able to give back, you need to set yourself up for a wealth strategy. Okay, so we're not just about how to fix and flip, wholesale, buy and hold, money lending, which those are the main topics we talk about in here, but it's also money management, mindset, leadership, all of the things that encompass being wealthy. Because if you won the lottery, let's just say this, if you won the lottery, you'd probably be broke in a couple of years. You'd be broke, just like every NFL player. It's rare when you see an NFL player that does something different other than football and charity. Like it's in their contract to do charity work because for tax purposes, right? And so another reason to create more cash in your life is to give back, and charity helps you with taxes. And then again, there's so many different plays that you can do on this. That's why I want to hear from you. Like, what's going on in your world? Do you need more help with real estate, getting started in real estate investing? Do you have real estate that you need the cash flow out of? Do you have a plan? Do you have a real estate plan? Are you needing a side hustle? Are you needing, what is it that you need, right? And real estate, it's bottom line. Real estate is where it's at. And then everything else kind of encompasses it. If you read tax law, and that's where I geek out at, is the tax and legal side of things. And if you are an entrepreneur and you have real estate assets, that's how you pay next to zero in taxes. So everyone who's complaining about, you know, the rich getting richer and everything, the laws getting whatever towards the rich, they're following tax law. That's it. They're following tax law. And it's been that way since the dawn of time. It tweaks here and there. And, you know, with each president, there's a tweak here and there of the IRS. But the bottom line is still the same thing. They want you to provide jobs, which is why they want you to be an entrepreneur. And so they give you tax breaks for that. They want you to provide clean, safe, affordable housing because they can't do it for everybody. And they give you tax incentives for that, like a lot. So just think about that for a minute and figure out where you're at and where you need support in. So it's not necessarily more information that you need. You can get all the information you need out there, right? You can Google tube till the cows come home. What you need is a specific plan, and not even just that, but someone that's going to hold you accountable to that plan, reverse engineer it to today, and hold you accountable each week, like, are you on target? Why or why not? Right? So having an accountability, you know, partner, group, community, any of that, this is where you're going to change your life. You can't expect your family, your job, or the government to be the change in your life. You have to be the change that you want to see in the world first. Okay? And then all of it comes together. It's for those that try and they're like, yes, I want this, and they go like for 2 weeks and like, oh, I have to work at it. Yes, it takes work. There's no easy button for this. You actually have to take action and do the work. Okay, whether it's connecting with buyers and sellers, well, whether it's working on your mindset, whether it's creating your wealth plan so you can keep more of the money that you make. Wouldn't you like to keep more of the money that you make? Because you work hard for your money. Why would you give half of it to Uncle Sam? I'm just saying, there's better ways. And again, if you're looking for something specific, I don't see anything in the chat. If you guys are chatting with me, it's not letting me know. Da, da, da. I got nothing. Anyway, so I just wanted to come in here and say I've been working behind the scenes. I've worked hard on my multifamily this past year. The beginning, just in 1 year, I acquired 134 doors. Just in 1 year. So if that's something you want to learn, if that's something you want to move forward with, type in the chat or send me a DM if you want a private message. If you're looking for more income, I got ways to help you with income. And like, I'm surrounded with entrepreneurs that are doing everything to make a difference in people's lives. That's who I up level with, right? It's not just me in my world. It's all the people around me. So you are the 5 people that you surround yourself with. You are the 5 people that you surround yourself with. So think about that for a minute and know that if you're surrounding yourself by movers and shakers and people making billions and, you know, taking to the next thing and then saying you're great, just let's go, giving you a hand up versus someone saying, you work too hard, you should take a nap, you should get away from that computer, what are you doing, you know, or if you're trying to be an entrepreneur, oh, you should get a job. Like, I've been through all of that, right? People will naturally pull you down, even your loved ones, unexpectedly and with love, are pulling you down because they're trying to keep you safe, right? So this whole mindset leadership thing is important. So if you're surrounded with a community that is moving and shaking and doing multi-millions in real estate and holding people accountable and helping you raise your mindset, raise the bar, like, if that's something you want to be a part of, this is the group that you're in, right? This is the group that you're in. And I will give more of what you want if you type in the comments to let me know more of what you want. We're going to be doing a special training on really getting out there and doing your real estate and pulling your money together and the mindset that goes around all of that. Because again, if you don't invest in this first, nothing else matters. You'll lose it all anyways. Okay, and I keep referring back to, you know, the NFL. They scout out people from uneducated areas. They're great at football, but they're not educated in how the world works, and they take advantage of that. And they don't do the things to educate them because then they would know better, right? And this is our schools. This is almost every industry, but I'm using the NFL because it's the one that everybody knows. Who doesn't know what football is, right? So, unless you're not from here. But lottery people even, right? They don't have the education. They spend all their money on buying lottery tickets, and then one day they got millions, and then you got some Yahoo on HGTV saying lottery home people, and then selling them, you know, they won $1 million and they're trying to sell them $800,000 home. And then they can't afford the taxes once they get it, and they're going to lose it anyways because they don't have the mindset. They didn't invest in this to be able to keep what they got in front of them. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm talking about. Being surrounded in the right community, being able to do real estate, being able to create your own economic independence, to retire when you desire is the goal here. And it doesn't have to be a certain age. When you desire, my youngest to retire retired at 23 years old. Or, I'm sorry, 28 years old. He came to me at 23. So he retired at 28 years old, has a completely different life, multiple companies, real estate, cash flowing real estate in multiple states. And you could do it too. If you want cash flowing real estate, that's, you know, let's chat. All right. So again, I'm off my soapbox now. You've heard enough from me. I just want to dive in and help you guys to understand that creating your own economic independence is more important now than ever. With everything going on in the world, especially your own health care, just remember my landlord used real estate as her wealth plan, and that's what I take. What she did, she has no idea the major impact that she's had on my life, that I now train my students to do, to be able to create wealth in real estate, live off the cash flow, get to the equity sooner, because we have pay your mortgage off in half the time, your 30-year mortgage in 7 to 10 years plan. And so now they have the cash flow quicker, and then they could live off that cash flow, and if anything happens, they have stacked assets and equity to help pay for their life. All they got to do is sell it to grab it, and just like she did, and pay for her long-term care. So anything can happen. Accidents happen, strokes happen. Strokes happen as young as in the womb. They can happen at any time. So don't think you're void of anything happening in your life. I know you don't, but I'm just saying. And then let's talk strategy. The info you find on Google Tubing is not customized to you. So get a customized plan so you know how to move forward. You know how to have a conversation. You have script to talk to sellers. You know what type of property to buy. You understand the numbers that work for you. Everyone has a different buy box, a different criteria to buying real estate. So let's support you in that. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing some different trainings. If you need anything, I'm in the DM and we'll chat then. I hope you have a beautiful day. Happy Independence Month. This is all about that. And have a good day. Bye.